Welcome to Talk Dragon Ball, where I want to talk to you about anything. You guessed it, Dragon Ball. From Ball to Z, and everything in between. I'm your host, Kyokai1994, and today I'm going to be speaking on who I feel is the most important character in the series and is one of my favorites. If it was not for this character, the lives of every single character in the series would be drastically different, and the events in their world would have played out vastly different. Today we will be breaking down the actions and the life of Bulma. I feel that most fans do not fully grasp just what Bulma does for this series. They do know that she's one of the main characters and that she's Vegeta's wife, but forget all about what she's done to help drive the series to where it is. I do think that the unknowingness of her full character and many other misconceptions on the series stem from a section of the viewing population that hasn't seen the original Dragon Ball series, but I won't get into that too deep because that's a topic for another video. Starting from the inception of the Dragon Ball manga and running all the way into the now current series Dragon Ball Super, her actions cause this whole world to be boring when you really think about it. She's brought upon all these challenges to face and even the destruction of the world just a few times. Bulma is an amazing character and is loved by tons of fans, being a very popular cosplay option for women. Women want to be her, and men want to beat Vegeta so they can be with her. She's a very deep character with many levels. Bulma has many actions throughout the whole series that are hardly remembered. She is a very hard, sarcastic, independent, fast-thinking outside shell that is housed to a soft, loving, caring, motherly center. She does anything she has to obtain anything that she wants. She's a genius and a skilled engineer. She's been fixing spaceships since she was a young child, and even with the help of her father, been making gadgets and fixing robots. I'm going to tell you some of the major plot points and describe whose lives she has affected with her presence inside the series. Bulma is a 16-year-old girl on summer break when we first see her driving down the forest road in the first issue of Dragon Ball manga Tale 1, Bloomers and the Monkey King. She runs into the 12-year-old Goku and then begins the first hunt for the Dragon Balls in their lives, so Bulma can make a wish for the perfect boyfriend. They meet many characters throughout the Dragon Ball tales. Having the Hoi Poi caps, the Dragon Radar, and multiple Dragon Balls, they were a target for many enemies. Bulma had the Hoi Poi caps because her father was the inventor of them. They used the caps for vehicles and shelter. The Hoi Poi caps are part of the reason why Yamcha started his hunt after the two protagonists, and then he wanted the Dragon Balls. And after it was all done, they dated several times for several years. Them dating caused him to move to the city. She leaves the radar with Goku so he can find Piccolo Daimao, or King Piccolo. In the Z portion of the series, she starts off the first saga helping repair the Scouter, and blows up the Saiyan space pod with the remote that she thought she had figured out. She is the one who goes with Popo to the Yaozabit Heights to try to fix the spaceship so they can go to Namek. Her and her father translate the commands to Japanese, and she flies herself, Gohan, and Kuririn to Namek in the canon story. In the filler, she stops at fake Namek first and has an adventure. And finally, flying off the planet, they find their way to real Namek. On Namek, she watches the blown up spaceship. She makes the radio communication to talk back with Earth and finds out that Goku is coming. She makes a translation collar so she can talk with Ginyu, the frog, and watches the Dragon Balls as Gohan and Kuririn fight Frieza's army. After the arrival of her then unknown son Trunks to give Goku the medicine for his heart virus, she would start her relationship with her later husband Vegeta. After a 3-year gap, she is seen holding this child as the artificial human 19 and 20 attack, and she later identifies one to be Dr. Gero, and tells them of his whereabouts. She then tells Trunks and Gohan of the second time machine, and they start that adventure. She repairs 16 after he is broken, and she helps Gohan while he's in high school by making him a superhero disguise, later forming the Great Saiyaman. She then started working on her inventions and raising her family. In the future, she creates the time machine, and so far in Super, she has not physically created the whole thing, but she did use a guide from the future her on how to fix and maintain the vehicle. In GT, she helps create the Blitzwaves machine that lets the baby-controlled Prince of All Saiyans to transform into the Golden Uzaru, and then after being released from baby's control, transform into Super Saiyan 4. If she would have changed even one of these actions that I just stated, the series would have turned out severely different. For it to play out how it does, and for us to see the series we love, she has to do all of these things. The main change is an obvious one. If she wouldn't have met Goku, none of the series would have happened. If they didn't meet, their Earth would be a drastically different place, with Pilaf, the Red Ribbon Army, and Piccolo Daimao all free and able to make a wish on the Dragon Balls. For two of them, power and control could have been gained. If she didn't translate the ship, they would have not been on Namek the same time Frieza was, so no battle would have been possible for the true potential of Goku to be unlocked. That means no Super Saiyan. If she did not break it off with Yamcha, a Vegeta romance would have never happened, then that means no SSJ3 Gotenks. Nothing to love. I won't drone on, I know you probably get it, but my last point is if her and Vegeta would have never had Trunks, my favorite scene in the whole series where Vegeta hugs his child and sacrifices himself for his second homeworld would have never happened. She looks amazing in any outfit, any hairstyle, or any hair color that she's been drawn in. She picks fights with anyone who upsets her no matter what their power level is over hers, and turns into a victim who is captured in need of rescue just a few times. She strikes fear into the hearts of many, even the Saiyans. She is a person who always shelters people in need. She acts like a mother to Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, with only one of them being her true biological child. She is a plain badass and deserves the title Princess of all Saiyans. I want to thank you again for tuning into this video, and I hope you liked it and I was able to put a few more reasons on why you should love Bulma. I hope I brought to the attention many of the things that she's done for the series, and I want you to subscribe if you liked it, so you can see more content from this channel in the future. I'll see you guys next time on Talk Dragon Ball.